I can change this for you, boss. You want to listen to some dude rap about the flat earth?
I don't even care. I listen to everything. You can play whatever you like.
Well, I mean, like, you do know it's flat, right?
Yeah.
Cool. What convinced you? What broke your programming, bro?
I don't even know. There's a lot of theories. It just, the world is crazy.
Well, like, okay. I mean, like, the things that were taught in school, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them are crap.
I think so.
Like, this whole shenanigans with gravity, right?
Yeah.
Turns out gravity's like the answer for freaking everything. I like this guy that I listen to. He's actually a Bible teacher, but he has this thing where, you remember Tony the Tiger, bro?
Yeah.
Remember how he used to go like, great, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's got this thing where he goes, gravity, like, because that's their answer for literally everything, dude. Like, with water, right? With how they say that it sticks to the earth, like the way it conforms to the globe, which no one even sees the curve at all. It's kind of weird because you get people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye that say that we can't get high enough and that we're too small to be able to see the curve, right? Exactly. Dude, you know he's not even a scientist, bro. He's just an actor, dog.
We watch that every day in class.
That's what I used to watch too, man, when I was little. Bro, why do you think they keep bringing him out in the news now? Because it's reconditioning your programming, dude. That's crazy, right? But, like, okay, check this out, dude. Like, just for a quick example, like with water, right? In a cup, in a bathtub, in a puddle, a swimming pool, a bottle, right? Like this bottle right here. No matter how I turn the bottle, what's the water stay like, bro? What's the top of the water stay like? It's level, right?
It's level. I can always say level.
Yeah, water only stays level, right? So, how much of the world is covered in water, man?
A lot of it, most of it.
Right? 70%?
Yeah, 70%.
Can you give me another example of a 70% of a flat ball? How can you have 70% of a ball that is flat?
Balls are
Exactly. Right? That one little thought, right? Like, wait. I bet you never thought of that, right? But isn't that kind of weird? Isn't that kind of interesting? Or like,
what is your program? What do you think it is?
well, because of the way like a compass works and a gyroscope and all that works, I think it's more of like a disc magnet, man. Yeah, because like a compass, right? A compass only works on a flat earth. Because on a globe, south shouldn't be behind you, dude. Because a compass only points one direction, man. It only points north. Everything else, like how you know you're going east or south or west, is because the needle is pointing north and you're holding the compass and you're turning, dude, not the needle. So the compass only points one direction. It only points north. South and north is supposed to be not just in front of you, but in front of and above you, right? And south is supposed to be behind and below you. But that needle doesn't want to point down towards your feet at all. But isn't that where south is? So, a compass only works on a flat plane, man. Like, a gyroscope only works on a flat plane. Because what a gyroscope is basically just like a continuously spinning top. And what it does is it lets the machinery around it know that it's level. Like when a plane takes off, when a submarine starts up, if you have like a drone's got a gyroscope in it. As soon as you turn it on and power it up, when you hear that little hum.
Yeah, I got a drone. I use it to do ratings and stuff, camera.
Yeah, so you know about gyroscopes then.
Yeah.
So a gyroscope, when it starts up, that's flat, right?
Yeah.
That's level.
Yeah.
Well, in an airplane, if it's level all the time and it's on a ball, it's only so many miles before it's got to adjust and point downwards before it shoots off into space. But a pilot never has to do that. Now this is where gravity comes in again, which is ridiculous, because now you're trying to tell me that gravity is keeping the plane completely level and flat. You're not going too high or too low at all. Gravity seems very picky to me, man. You know? Or like a submarine, right? A submarine, if it continues straight, after a while, it's going to poke out of the water. But it doesn't. All of their maps that they use for the maritime stuff is all flat, dude. All the weapon systems all operate on a flat plane. There's a guy that does like interviews with like Navy missile instructor, submarine captain, land surveyors that were in charge of like airports and stuff like that, like surveying the land for airports and stuff, dude. Like shipping captains, stuff like that. Like, what was another one? It was a travel agent, because people were upset because of not being able to get flights in the southern hemisphere, because it's too wide, bro. Yeah. The interviews this guy does is crazy. You should check him out. His name's Mark Sargent. Yeah. You can find him on YouTube. If you look up Flat Earth Clues, or if you want, you can look me up, because I'm on YouTube too.
Yeah?
Yep.
Which one you want, the Earth on YouTube?
Yep.
What's your name? Maybe we make your channel. I don't know your channel or something like that. How many views you get out of the views?
Well, I've only been doing it for like a little over a month, and I have like 61 subscribers right now. I got like 2,500 views between all my videos. I only have like, up until the other day, I only had like 8 videos posted. But dude, I talk to all kinds of people about this stuff, man. Like, I've talked to engineers about this. I get to talk to people from like SpaceX. Dude, one day I gave a ride to the shortstop for the Angels to the game.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about the flat earth, bro.
He was going to play.
Yeah, he was going to play. He was really cool, dude. He was really humble. He was a really cool guy. He made me figure out that he was a Major League Baseball player, man. He didn't just come out and tell me. Dude, I give him props for that one, man.
Because some people will be like, yeah, I'm playing.
Exactly, dude.
Don't talk to me.
And you know what? I'm an ex-baseball player.
Yeah.
And how he was is exactly how I would be if I ever made the majors, you know?
Yeah, he was regular.
I would just be low-key, dude.
So how did you find out? What happened?
Just talking to him, asking him questions about stuff, and I was piecing things together.
Yeah.
I mean, his destination was Angel Stadium. His bag had an Angels logo on it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was talking about my dad and me, because, like I said, I played baseball in college and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And played for, like, scout ball teams and stuff.
Yeah.
A couple of the guys I played with are actually in the pros right now. It's kind of cool. But, like, we were just talking about baseball, and I was asking him, like, did he ever really play? And he goes, yeah, some college and a little bit of pro. And I was like, okay, a little bit of pro. I was like, any teams that I might have heard of? I was like, I know quite a few of the minor league teams, man. And he was like, well, the Braves and the Angels. And I was like, wait, what?
It's tough.
And I was like, when was the last time you played? And he goes, yesterday. And I go, dude, you play for the Angels, don't you? And he goes, yeah, I play shortstop for the Angels. And I was like, whoa, okay, cool.
That's cool.
And I was talking about the freaking flat earth all the time, dude. It was kind of cool.
That's tough.
But no, dude, he was a really cool guy. I like talking to people that don't mind hearing something that's different and just digesting it, you know?
Yeah.
That's all I ask of people when you talk to them, you know?
I don't normally talk about it, but I swear the other day I was thinking about like how is the earth round, and it was a random thought to me. I was thinking like, how is this even possible?
And you know what? Every time that comes up, what do? You just discount it, right? Like, oh, the scientists figured it out.
Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Because I always think about like, how is the earth round? We always go straight.
Yep, I thought about that too.
We never, you know what I'm saying? We never are upside down.
Or like seeing the sun and the moon at the same time.
So yeah, it's all different theories.
Or being able to see Venus in the night sky. If the sky's dark, like really dark, like right now, like 3 o'clock in the morning, you should not be able to see Venus. You want to know why? What's the order of the planets, bro? There's the sun, then there's Mercury, then there's what? Venus.
So you should see Mercury.
Then the Earth.
So you should see Mercury. Wait.
You should be facing the sun if you're going to be looking at Venus, bro. Think about that one.
You said it's the sun,
Mercury, and then Venus.
then Earth.
Yep. Think about that one. And it's night right now because we're facing away from the sun, right?
Yeah.
So how would you be able to see Venus right now if you were able to see it? If it wasn't cloud overcast right now.
Yeah,
We're facing away from the sun right now, dude.
yeah, so I'm saying we're facing away from the sun.
Now, you know, there's some people that try to tell me that I'm an idiot because, and they draw me a picture. And they draw a stick figure on top of a ball, and then the sun, and then Venus in between, and go, see, he can see it. And I'm like, well, yeah, if you're standing on the very freaking edge. But you're still looking towards the sun, right? The sky's still going to be bright. Like it's dawn. Not like it is right now, dude. So, I mean, but I'm the idiot. Because I believe the earth's flat. And they can just regurgitate facts that they've learned in school. Dude, Neil deGrasse Tyson said that science is right whether you believe in it or not. And I'm like, what? No. Science has to prove itself. That's why it's freaking science. Exactly. Think about all the stuff that they come out with now that they tell us about stuff. And none of it is repeatable, dude. Unless you have like millions of dollars of technology that they supposedly have now. Yet, I mean, anytime they show us any images of anything, it's computer generated stuff, dude. I mean, like, start paying attention, like, on the news when they start showing you, like, oh, look at this cell in the body, right? Or whatever. And look down at the bottom corner or the corners and stuff like that. And look how it says, like, not a real image or not real footage or, like, you know, basically telling you that it's fake. Dude, I've been seeing that my whole life on stuff, and I was like, why do they put that? And, like, now I know. And it's really, really weird, dude. Do you realize that if you went into the store and bought a globe, right? Printed on it, it says not for educational purposes. Why would a globe, if we actually lived on a globe, why would any globe ever say not for educational purposes? Technically, wouldn't that be like a map of where you live? Dude, there's all kinds of weird stuff that's going on, man.
I don't believe in a lot of stuff.
Oh, dude, if you want to know what's going on in America, check out the news from other countries, man. That's what's really going on. Our news isn't reporting on what's happening, dude. They report on, like, the stupidest stuff. And what's really scary is you can actually check out videos of of where, like, 20 different news stations from across the whole country will say the same exact phrase, almost word for word, with the same exact story. That's a little strange. Exactly. You got it down, Brandon.
Wow.
Just flat brainwashing, bro. Yeah, I don't really watch it at all either.
Religious bit, like, I try to pay attention to college. College is really good because you go deeper, you know what I'm saying, into things in college. Some college, like at my school, I go to college at San Bernardino, the teachers let you find your own way and your own, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have something to say, then listen.
Dude, you want to piss off somebody?
Yeah.
Start telling them the world's flat. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God.
You pissed off?
Yes. I swear.
How pissed off? Like, give me a scenario.
Like, they start, like, yelling, like, Dude, just the other day there was a video posted on Facebook of a friend of mine that, okay, this guy was at Harvard, right? Like over in Boston. And all he was doing was just standing on the street telling people like facts about the flat earth, dude. And this chick came up and started like cussing at him, and like this group of people started getting around them, and like, dude, it got like crazy, man. These people were like insane, dude. It is really, really strange how upset people get. People do not want to hear the truth about things, man.
I wonder why do you think they get so upset?
Because, dude, you're breaking their programming. This is ingrained in us since you were... Yes. Since you were before school, dude. And then on top of that, think about this now. From now on, start thinking about how often you see a globe, the globe mentioned, the fake pictures of Earth, because first off, there's no real pictures of Earth, bro. If you go online and just type in real images of Earth, start looking through them, and then you'll just start laughing.
There's no real pictures of Earth.
There are no real pictures of Earth.
Them going out of space and taking a picture of Earth, there's no real picture.
No. You want to know why? Because there is no outer space, bro.
So astronauts didn't go to the moon.
No. Let me ask you this. That footage of those rockets, right? You remember seeing fire come out of those rockets?
What about them? Do they really have footage of astronauts on the moon?
Dude, it was done in a studio, bro. And if you don't think it could have been done, check out a movie called 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's a very, very famous sci-fi movie. And then trip out when you look at what year it was released. Because the moon landings were in 1969. This movie was released in 1968. That means it was being filmed, because you know how long it takes movies to be made.
Yeah.
Especially back then, it took way longer.
Tell me about the movie. I want to know.
Dude, all you have to do is watch the first 5 minutes. Because the first 5 minutes, they're in space, and and then tell me that they couldn't fake the moon landing.
What I'm saying, like, so they was just doing it was fake?
Yes.
The first 5 minutes they were in space, and they just shut down. I'm like, oh, okay, set over.
No. You mean how did they fake the real?
How was the movie? How did the movie explain that?
No. It didn't explain it. Just watch the movie, and then keep in mind that it was made before the moon landings were on TV.
What's it called again?
2001: A Space Odyssey. And it was released in 1968. That means that they were filming it a couple years before that. So just keep that in mind, dude. So think like 1966 to 1968. So, I mean, like, first off, the rocket, when that rocket landed on the moon, right? Those thrusters give off like thousands of pounds of pressure, dude. Right? Why isn't there any crater underneath it? Right? Dude, you can go right there in the dirt right here with your mouth from like 4 from like, not 4 feet, but like maybe like a foot away, and just go and watch the dust fly away, dude. If you blow hard enough, you can actually blow a little hole in the ground. I've done it before, in the sand and stuff like that. Like, especially if you have like a straw, which would be like a thruster. So, where's the hole in the ground? And then on top of that, like, where the hell did the moon buggy come from? Who put that thing together? How long did it take them to put it together? Why aren't there any pictures of them putting it together? Like, I mean, come on. A couple guys hanging out on the moon? Like, dude, come on. You got friends, like, if you were building something crazy like that on another freaking rock, somewhere that no one else has ever been, wouldn't you be taking pictures of that? But there are none of them building it. Like, so, I mean, did they really land on the moon? I mean, and then you think like, well, okay, well, it'd be too hard to hide, right? Check this out. You know how many presidents were in office during all the moon landings? One. You know who he was? Richard Nixon. Remember the guy that said, "I'm not a crook"? I really don't think he was a crook. I think he wanted to come out and tell everyone, dude. I think that this whole flat earth thing is tied into what happened with him, dude. And the moon landings and stuff. I really think it's all tied in, man. Because anybody that wants to come out and talk about this gets shut down, man. It's really crazy. Well, like I was saying, I get a chance to talk to people from like SpaceX and stuff. The people that are launching rockets into, quote, space. And I get to ask them questions about things. Like, I ask them questions about their video feeds. Because when you watch the rocket launches, right? You see the video for a couple hundred feet. Or not a couple hundred feet, a couple thousand feet. And then all of a sudden the video cuts out because they say that they lose the signal. And then the signal miraculously comes back, and now the rocket's in orbit, and it's a completely different view with the camera. So first off, that's kind of weird. Secondly, everything's cool until they say that they're coming back down. They come back down for a while, then it cuts out again, and then it comes back again when they're getting ready to land again. Okay? And I'm like, well, where's the rest of the footage? And I mean, well, you can say like, well, we lost the live feed, but I know that there's an actual hard drive recording what's happening on the actual rocket, right? There has to be. There has to be the actual hard copy of what you're filming, right? Isn't there always like a memory stick in something? Recording? So, I understand it cutting out during the live feed. But once they land, why isn't the other footage ever released? Same thing with the things from NASA and stuff like that. All their rocket launches do the same thing. Well, why don't we have any of the hard footage of it from the hard drive? There is none. Now, I haven't gotten a chance to talk to anyone from NASA yet, first chance I get of that, that'd be cool. Closest I've gotten so far is SpaceX, and those guys can't give me an answer, and they start questioning things. They got out of my car scratching their head, and I'm glad. It's really fun getting to talk to people, dude. I really like getting to talk to people. It's exactly, dude, because everyone comes from a different background. Everyone's got different ideas about things. There's kinds of, even with this, dude, there's all kinds of different things that people have noticed on their own about stuff. Like, what led people to realize that the earth was flat for everybody is completely different, dude. I've heard all kinds of different stories about what got people. Like me, it was seeing the moon and the sun in the sky at the same time. And stopping and being like, well, what's in the sky over Africa right now? Did they just have a blank sky? And then I was told, like, well, yeah, like the new moon. And I was like, okay, no problem. And then I started paying more attention. And then there was a couple times where I saw it happen like 2, 3, 4 days in a row. And I'm like, wait. So now you're trying to tell me that the moon wasn't over Africa or Pakistan or the other side of the world for 4 days? I think someone would have noticed. Right? So it really started making me question things. And that was like 9 months ago. I've been on a journey, bro. It started me doing all kinds of stuff, though.
You full-time Uber, like, basically?
Basically, because I'm disabled besides this, man.
Yeah. You mean disabled?
I have what you call pancreatic insufficiency. My pancreas doesn't produce anything that it should. Ah, dude, don't worry about it. You didn't do it to me, so don't worry about it. I know, man. I'm just messing with you. Oh, dude, I learned all kinds of stuff after I got sick. You wanna know why? I had nothing but time, bro. I had nothing but time to learn stuff and research stuff, look into things. It was actually probably the best thing that happened to me because I cracked open my Bible and really started digging into it. Really started learning about what was inside it. Started digging into the language that it was written in. Started finding out all kinds of crazy stuff about that. Like, I mean, might as well check out the language the book was written in, right? Gotcha, thank you.
This is quick. You about to like a big spin.
So then I better turn the... Gotcha. Wow, this transition is horrible.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I hate it.
It's got you zigzagging everywhere, dude.
You gotta slide over here. Sometimes there's cars that's coming together.
Dude, all I gotta say is that's like a drunk driver's nightmare right there. Right?
Sure.
Like, you don't want to be driving through that in any way buzzed right now. Like, and just to let you know, the GPS does not help you at all.
I know the GPS is tricky. It's tricky.
Yep. But yeah, dude, it was kind of weird. Getting sick changed my life, man. It was nuts. Well, and it's really weird because some people I talk to about this, they're like, well, what does it matter? I still have to go to work tomorrow. I still got to take care of my kids. I still got to do this. I still got to do that, you know? They're like, what does it really matter? And you know, dude, that really doesn't make any sense to me. Because as far as I can remember my whole life, anybody I've ever met usually doesn't care to be lied to. Right? I mean, like, and then to find out you're being lied to on a massive scale and then say, well, why should I care? Really? Like, that's a little strange. Why wouldn't you care, you know? It's like you seem to care so much when you were yelling at me about we living on the ball.
Yeah, you care if you didn't know about you living on the ball, you don't fail the class.
Exactly. and then like now you find out that it is completely flat and like there's no way you can prove a ball. Now you're telling me like, why should I care? What do you really?
Yeah, that's basically how it is. You keep going straight.
Gotcha.
It's like, honestly, I don't even know how we usually have to click my cards in there already open the gates open. We get right at the light after this one.
Believe it or not, that's exactly what the GPS is telling me to do.
This right here is the gate. Open. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna top over. I ain't got my. Alright, man. Good looking out, man.
Alrighty, boss.
I appreciate it.
No problem, dude.
Alright.
Have yourself a